Yeah.
How has it had an impact, do you sense, on the players at all?
Not really. Yesterday we didn't really know, and this morning I had a short meeting and told the boys what's happened, the things I know, which is not a lot, and then we just try to focus on the game, which we will do. So I heard already there are warm-up shirts or whatever. We will not wear them. We cannot. But if somebody thinks he has to remind us that you have to earn to go to the Champions League, that's a joke. That's a real joke, and it makes me angry. So if they put it in our dressing room, if it was a Leeds idea, thank you very much. Nobody has to remind us. Maybe they should remind themselves.
Jürgen, appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Well, he's answered all the questions head on, hasn't he? This is the T-shirt that has upset him. Football is for the fans. You can see Meslier wearing that as he warms up this evening. It's a UEFA Champions League T-shirt on the front, clearly. Earn it, which is against the European Super League proposals. Do you understand why he's angry about that?
Yes, I do, and it goes back to my first answer. This is not about the football clubs, this is about the owners of those clubs. This little mafia that's trying to turn English football into American-style sports where there's franchises, there's no relegation, and that's why he's frustrated, and rightly so.
What about the fans taking down the banners at Anfield?
Yeah, I knew about that today, but I can understand where the supporters are coming from. He'll be upset because when Liverpool play at Anfield, maybe there's not that support there. But that's a message to the owners, and there needs to be a message sent to Liverpool's owners in particular, because that's his club and the supporters I know. So that's right, I've got no problem with that at all. But that's the start. You've got a manager there of one of those big six clubs who's basically coming out and disagreeing totally with what his owners are doing. We need the rest of the six, the other five managers to do exactly the same, and that'll be the start, because this is only going to get bigger. And I think this will stop. I think there's enough people in football who don't want this to happen, who, as you said, will mobilise together, and this can be stopped.
What about using the anthem against us? I don't know if that means you last night.
I think he will. I mean, when I initially was reacting to last night and I mentioned "You'll Never Walk Alone," it wasn't in a disrespectful way to Liverpool. And maybe in the past have done that, but not last night. My intentions last night were around the fact that the two most successful football clubs in this country should have high standards of integrity. And for all the rivalry, there is a respect that you do the right things, a respect that you defend your club, of course, but that actually both recognise that they're great football clubs that have done great things. And the shock that these two are at the front of this. They're at the front of this. Forget the six. I forget the six. Chelsea and City, Sheikh Mansour and Roman Abramovich, we don't even know who they are. We don't even know who they are. Arsenal and Tottenham, I mean, I'd rather watch the champions of San Marino than them two at the moment, to be honest with you. How them two have wangled the way in. They're a joke to watch. And then we've got these two. They should be bringing people together. They should be demonstrating compassion. We're in the midst of a pandemic. They should have the highest standards at all time. And these two sets of owners have taken these football clubs. They've not only profited from them, they are now taking it to a different level. They're not only, you could argue at times where Manchester United fans have argued that they've harmed our own club because they've not been able to put all them dividends and all those debt repayments into players. But they're now trying to harm every single football fan in this country because there is less money for grassroots pitches, there is less money for coaches. If these six leave, there is less money for everybody who plays in this country. And I say, the government, I've been saying it for 12 months around an independent regulator, the government must step in now on these clubs. And Liverpool and Manchester United, there was no sort of point scoring from me last night mentioning Liverpool. And if I came across that way to Jurgen Klopp, I apologise, because I think I'm on his side on this particular one. He's done the most incredible job. If I take allegiances away, I've absolutely loved watching his football team over the last 4 years, more than the City one, because they're electric. They're everything I want in a football team. He's everything I want in a manager. He's decent. His players are decent. I know some of them. And the fans behind the goal are connected to those players, to that manager. And what's happening? They've been basically divided. Well,
you've both talked about mobilising fans, and it seems to be happening already. We'll take Elland Road tonight. These pictures just come through to us. The banners are up there. You can